Morning class, happy Thursday. Welcome to the last day of grammar for this week. And of course, I hope that you've had a chance to already work on your sentence and get your definition down if you were able to. And you're ready to go here with me. So our definition is for conceded. It means admitted or yielded. Okay, so it's like, okay, well. So let's get started. So remember, he's still talking from yesterday's sentence, okay? So we're going to start by defining our your, and it is the your. So Y-O-U apostrophe R-E, okay? And we're going to capitalize that because it's the beginning of the sentence. And our clause, this is the main clause, goes all the way to here, okay? And this is where the speaking ends for a moment, okay? Because it says he paused for a moment. So we know that the speaking ends here, okay? We're going to give that a nice little number one sentence opener, okay? And with our classic your, we've got the subject and the verb all squished right into there, okay? The last thing for this clause is a preposition for in, okay? So, with he paused for a moment, so this is a sentence all by itself, so we're going to capitalize it, give it the main clause that it needs, so subject, verb, and then that, there is no for. I wrote it down just because I was writing it down, but there's no for. It says he paused a moment. So because this is a new thing, it's pointing out the fact that he paused for a moment, we actually need to indent here, okay? So make sure that you have that you're going to indent, even though we're not indenting to start with, so you should continue this from where you left off, and then this is a new line, okay? So now he's going to start speaking again. It says if, and I'm going to scooch this over because I need a little bit of room over here. So we've got quotation marks for if, and because if is a clause starter, we're going to give that the AC bracket and capitalize it, of course. So that is our if. And we're also, because he's speaking again after pausing, right? We have to indent here as well, okay? So please make sure he paused for a moment, gets its own line all by itself, and then you indent again for the if, okay? Next up, the correct there is T-H-E-R-E. If there's any man here who can shoot better than I can. Okay, so if there's any man here is its own clause. Okay, the verb is, okay, and the subject is man. Okay, and we know that this is a new clause because it is a nice little who which. So that means that we have a dependent clause here. And the who is also the subject. So it's a full little party there. Okay, who can shoot? Two verbs there, can shoot better than I can. Okay, and that's the correct than, T-H-A-N, and the clause actually ends with better, and we get a new clause, that's another dependent clause here, because the new subject is I, and the verb is can. So that's just a tiny little dependent clause right here, okay? And because he says he finally conceded, we know that he's done speaking for the moment, so we're going to close the quotation marks. So we have quotation marks from here to here. If there's any man here who can shoot better than I can. And we're going to give that a comma as well because it's before the rest of the sentence. Okay. So he finally conceded is its own clause. MC, subject he, conceded is our verb, and he's going to start speaking again here, okay? And so because he's starting to speak again, we do a comma to go around it, before it, and we've got our quotation marks. Okay, and the correct then is THEN. Okay, then I will consider joining you. And that whole thing is a main clause. We're going to capitalize I because it's a proper noun, and that's also the subject. And we have 2 verbs in a row. I will consider joining you. And that's the end of his speaking. So we've got a period here and quotation marks here. Okay. So the last thing is, this is a number 5 sentence opener. So this is quite a busy little pocket here. And let's see. That will be everything. Okay, so make sure you're paying careful attention in your rewrite to all of the different things you need to add. So for example, he paused a moment, gets its own line, and then don't forget about the quotation marks here that end the speaking from yesterday, as well as here to here. That's a moment of speaking. And then the last section of quotation marks. There's a lot of quotation marks going on, so make sure you have them all in the right place, okay? As well as the commas that we need. And I think that'll be everything. So enjoy your rewrite and enjoy being done for the week.